and starts with the preliminary prayers. Before starting, it's very important to set up proper motivation, which has three parts. Number one, the refuge field. Number two, the bodhicitta field. And number three, the aim of practice. Number one, the refuge field. In this, visualize Buddha Shakyamuni in front of you, His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Visualize as if they are looking upon you with immense kindness and unconditional love, as a mother looks upon her own child. Second, the bodhicitta field. In it, visualize your two kind parents seated on the other side of you, your mother on the left and father on the right, and you are accompanied by all other dear mother sentient beings. You are leading them in this practice. Number three, the aim of practice to manifest the Buddha nature, which is the ultimate source of happiness, by removing the two mental obscuration, that is the gross afflictive obscuration and the subtle cognitive obscuration. The afflictive obscuration is the afflictions of negative emotions, contaminated karmas, and the corresponding active imprints. And cognitive obscuration is the subtle stain, which is the inactive seeds of afflictions and contaminated karmas. Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. Independent origination, there is no ceasing, no arising, no annihilation, no permanence, no coming, no going, no separateness, and no sameness. I prostrate to the consummate Buddha, the supreme among all teachers, the one who taught this peace which is freed of evaporation. I prostrate to the mothers of the hearers, the Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, who through the knowledge of all leads hearers seeking pacification to complete peace, who through the knowledge of all paths causes those helping migrators to achieve the aims of the world, and who through the possession of omniscience helps subduers expound a variety of teachings. The one who has transformed into the reliable guide, motivated by altruism to benefit sentient beings, the teacher, Sugata and protector, to you I make prostration. The one who has eliminated the work of conceptualization and is endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and the profound, who eternally shines forth the forever noble light rays, to you, the Buddha, I make prostration. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. The essence of dependent origination mantra. We'll recite this 3 times. Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetum tesham tatha gato hevadat tesham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashamanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetum tesham tatha gato hevadat tesham chayo nirodha evam vadi mahashamanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetum tesham tatha gato hevadat Tesham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashamanae swaha. All phenomena arises from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation of the causes as was taught by the great seer. Profound, peaceful, elaboration-free, clear-light, and non-composite. Such is the nectar-like dharma I have discovered. Finding no word to fathom this teaching, in silence I will retire into the woods. Beyond utterance, unsaged and has the nature of space. It is the object of apprehension of self-realized wisdom. To you, the mothers of the Buddha achieve ideal obeisance. The Guru is the Buddha, the Guru is the Dharma, likewise the Guru is the Sangha. The Guru is the source of all. I go for refuge in the Guru. By the sound of vibrant drum of Dharma, please liberate all beings of misery. I beseech you to kindly remain and give teachings until the end of the existence of billions of aeons. The Buddha does not wash the negativities of being, nor does he remove their miseries by his hand. Spiritual realization are no transfer to them. It is by teaching the truth of suchness that beings are liberated. Folded hands appreciates the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered in mysteries. If you are attached to this life, you are not a spiritual practitioner. If you are attached to samsara, you have no renunciation. If you are attached to your own self-interest, you have no bodhicitta. If there is grasping, you do not have the view. We'll stop here.
Okay. What we do is that we will do 5 minutes, 5 minutes breathing meditation, as always. Okay, I hope you all know the 4 points now. What are the 4 points for the proper meditation? Anybody? Body posture, focal point,
identifying the errors,
identifying the errors of meditation.
applying remedies to overcome the errors.
Very good. Applying the remedies to overcome the errors. Okay. And how many errors of meditation? What are they?
Mental laxity and excitement.
Mental laxity
And excitement.
and excitement. Very good. And how many remedies are there? 2. What are they? Introspection and mindfulness. Very good. Okay. 5 minutes. Is there anybody who, okay, most you are aware, but I will quickly review the 4 points because this is the last session, right? Kapala, last session. Okay, this is the last session for the Panorama 3, Panorama Series Theory. Okay, so we do this, and then as you go home or go to your respective places, and then just see if you can start doing some practice. And then meanwhile, make the point that what you do is really proper, because meditation and like reading, these were very different. Reading, You can just read it very casually, and then you may not be able to register things so well. It doesn't matter. So still something's happening. But for the meditation, if you do it improperly, then it's going to be not too healthy, right? Okay. So for that matter, the body posture, the two most important things. One is the body upright, and if possible, the young ones, boys and girls, may be going to build the habit to always keep the body upright, right? Say instead of sitting like this, make it a habit to sit upright. And usually, sitting like this is like contagious, right? If you see other people sitting like this, you also feel like sitting like this very comfortable. It's not really comfortable, it's very harmful. Learn how to sit upright, number one. Then number two, eyes not closed. These are the two of the body posture. These two things are the most important. So eyes not closed, eyes half open, 45 degrees cast up. So these are the two most important things. And I'm going to go into details of the other parts. Then the focal point, then you are about to meet with many other people, and other people may say that, okay, you have to do like this, you don't just pay attention to these. The point is that you are bound to, there are like hundreds and thousands of such instructions. And if you have to follow each and everything, you will not even have time to do for bodhicitta, wisdom, and so forth. So therefore, the point is that they say just stick to what you're doing now, and then later on you want to make it more professional. You want to make it more, say, the regular, professional, and say the more intense. Then with the help of a very good teacher, you can learn how to do it more in a more sophisticated way. Okay. Otherwise, what you're going to do now, that is good enough to maintain, say, calmness in your mind when you go through your studies, and then college life, and then complications with the people, and then the study deadlines, exam deadlines, your work deadlines, and so forth. You're bound to have some stress. Keep it open for the fume to go out. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be very helpful. Okay. Then the next number 3 and number 4, very okay. Sorry. So the number 2, the focal point. But just count the breath. Simple as that. Just count. If you cannot do the multitasking, just count the breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Second, very naturally. Don't force your breath. Don't force the breath and don't control the breath. Let it flow very naturally. Breathe in, breathe out, cycle 1. Breathe in, breathe out, cycle 2. This is what I'm going to do for like, say, the 21 cycles, which is going to be like little over 1 minute. And then when you become good at it, then do it for like 2 minutes. And particularly when you're doing on your own, by yourself, then do it maximum like 5 minutes. Don't do it for too long. And if you're really doing good, no laxity, no mental scattering, then the 5 minutes, keep it consistent for like 1 month or 2 months. When you're very stable, then you can extend to like 10 minutes. And don't just be mesmerized by people saying that, oh, I'm meditating for 1 hour, 2 hours. There's no quality there. If there's no quality, the whole purpose of meditation is defeated. Therefore, don't simply be, the mesmerized where you just feel, oh, wow, this is amazing. I'm just doing 5 minutes and she's doing 2 hours, he's doing 2 hours. No, that's nothing. The point is that you have to, if you know these studies so well, then you will know which is the correct thing. So the quality is very important for the meditation. Okay, good. And then if you are very competent, then count with the breath plus visualizing the tiny white dot, 1 mm or 2 mm in diameter between nose and the upper lip. So this visualizing tiny drop in nose upper lip and counting the breath, these two should happen simultaneously. Multitasking, in case after about with attempt of like few weeks, you see that it's very difficult, then you can drop one of the two. You can do only one. You can pick up one, whichever is more whichever is easier for you. You can pick up one. One is good enough. And then don't listen to anybody else. And people will say, no, this man is very good. That man, then in the end, your age at the moment you are in your 20s. Is there anybody who is 19? No, 20. Okay, 20 and up. 19.
20.
20 and up. 20 or older raise hands.
20 and older.
20 or older than 20 raise hands. Okay, I thought the number is so what you're younger than 20. Okay, so what I'm saying is that say the people will come, just know what you're doing, that's good enough. Okay. Then point number 3 and number 4, so important. No matter how sophisticated a practice that you're doing, if you don't take care of point number 3 and point number 4, you are not doing anything, you are harming yourself. Point number 3, identifying the errors of meditation. When the meditation is happening and the errors happen, there's no point. Right? Errors, laxity, and excitement. And then if should any of these two things happen, then apply the number 4 remedies: introspection and mindfulness. This is so important. Okay, ready? 5 minutes. Okay. Anybody who can remind me where we left last time? No?
One of your earlier classes you told us to remind you of teaching forces and breaking.
I'm saying where I left last time. Anybody? It is last panorama day. What we did last time? Yes, Sunna. Huh? The mic? Sunna.
In last class, we did the 12 of dependent in the causal manner, and at the last, we did the four noble truth in link of interdependence in the according to the four noble truth.
Very good. So we finished the wheel of life. You getting it? Of course, we did not go into detail, but we finished the wheel of life and how we related the wheel of life in the context of the 12 links of dependent origination, in the context of the four noble truths, in the context of the three jewels. You getting it? We finished that. Okay. From what we learned of the okay, a quick review of what we did. So don't expect me to give monologue, right? It's not going to be unilateral talk. It's going to be like a interaction. My question to you, and you have to give me answers. Okay, if somebody would ask you, what's the purpose of life? What's the answer? Very quick. Raise hands. Raise hands.
For happiness.
Or for happiness. Okay, anybody else? Very good. Okay, the girl over there.
You should have to attain maximum happiness.
To attain maximum happiness, the girl over there. Okay, that's what they said. You're getting it? Meanwhile, some may give us one part, another person may give another half, still may give another half, and then see one. Okay, finally, yes, this is also correct, this is also correct, this is also correct. Okay, what he said is this. Okay, yes.
To remove suffering and to embrace maximum happiness.
Very good. The girl over there.
To shun our miseries first and to attain 100% maximum happiness.
Okay, good. Anybody else? Okay. So in fact, what I would say is that if you put all this together, answers given is correct. Finally, how many you want to get into your suffering? Raise hands. My question. Either you didn't follow my question or you're not interested in getting rid of suffering. Right? How many you are interested to get rid of your suffering? Raise hands. Okay, very good. Now tell me, what percentage of suffering you want to get rid of? 10%? Nobody said this, right? Said that to get rid of suffering. You do not say 100% to get rid of 100% suffering or to make suffering zero. But the point is, one goal is to make this suffering zero. How many you agree with me? Very good. And to have 100% happiness. How many agree with me? And who is that? Boys or girls? Ladakis, non-Ladakis? Both. Buddhist, non-Buddhist? Everyone. You're getting it? This is the goal of all the sentient beings. You can call it the purpose of life. And this girl put it nicely. that this is the purpose of life. And if you put it, how do you know that? Then we say that yes, this is my basic the aspiration, as His Holiness the Dalai puts, that we hope for happiness. We live on hope, and we hope for happiness. We hope to get rid of suffering. We hope to get maximum happiness. In other words, to put it very technically, our aspiration, the agenda, the purpose of life is to get rid of all the sufferings to have the maximum happiness. And if you want to put it technically in the Buddhist context meaning, how would you put it in a language where somebody who's more exposed to the philosophy of Buddhism, how would you say? What would you say? To get rid of all suffering is?
Nirvana.
Yeah, seeking nirvana. You're getting it? And to have the maximum happiness is? Buddhahood. Enlightenment is correct, but enlightenment in the context of the Buddhahood. So one is to get rid of all suffering is achieving nirvana, and to have the maximum happiness is achieving Buddhahood. These are the two goals. Now, for those people who don't accept, who are not exposed to this concept, nirvana, or this is Buddhist concept. If that's a person to whom you're talking, what do you say? What says your goal in life? Don't say nirvana and Buddhahood. You're getting it? What you say is, for someone who's very secular, from different religions, don't say that my goal is to achieve nirvana and Buddhahood. So my goal is to get rid of all the suffering and to have the nirvana happen. This everybody will agree, whether you are Buddhists, Muslims, Jains, Hindus, Christians, Jews, Baha'i, Sikhs, everybody will agree. Okay, this is your aspiration. And then from what we learn, 4 seals. Do we say the 4 seals? Huh? Yes? No? Okay. Do you have to learn?
But not in detail.
Okay, not in detail. Okay. So, and then the 12 links of dependent origination. Okay, tell me, after studying 12 links of dependent origination, you tell me, and they say, how many you have suffering? 12 links, from there, the suffering that we talked about in the 12 links, how many you have suffering? Well, how many you don't know what suffering is? Okay, how many you do know what suffering is? I have suffering, resents. Okay, now, this suffering came from where? Tell me. Very quick.
Self-grasping.
Okay, self-grasping ignorance, some self-desire, more. Attachment. From causes. What causes? Very good. Okay, now be more technical, right? Be more technical. Technical meaning that what we learned, all sufferings they arise from contaminated karma. Be more technical. After coming to PANORAMA 3, we're going to study PANORAMA 3, and for 3 years, after 10 years of PANORAMA 3, somebody says, what are the causes of suffering? Oh yeah, I learned from PANORAMA 3, somewhere 2000 something, right? But one of the, I think attachment, something, after 10 years you say like this is understandable. Today, just very fresh. Still, if you say something different, you should be very technical. Attachment is not wrong. It's not wrong, but we learned it very comprehensively. Tell me, what's the immediate cause of suffering? Contaminated karmas. What's the immediate cause of contaminated karmas? Very good. You have all these things. Why are you not saying this? Afflictions. And afflictions are from? Amazing. Don't hide them. Expose them. You're getting it? Expose them. Contaminate the inappropriate attention. Inappropriate attention arises from? Self-grasping ignorance. Why are you hiding all these things? You know all these things. You're getting it? Okay. In future, be competent. Be confident. If somebody tells you what's the cause of suffering, don't just, okay, if somebody says attachment is not wrong, but it's not a complete story. So for that matter, you should make the, say, like people like Sonala, Sunamala proud. You know who Sunamala is? Hey, Panorama, do you know this girl? Sunamala, you know her? She was one of the pioneer of the flowering diamond group. You getting it? So Sunamala, then Tashila, all these seniors from flowering diamond, you should make them proud that okay, look, we learned this, and then now we know the technical parts of the Buddhist concepts. We know these things, technical parts, and then you say this, they're listening, right? They will be feeling so proud of you, so happy about you. You getting it? Okay. So therefore, these 5 points, don't feel hesitant. No, in future, even if somebody gishes, kembos, and the great teachers, they ask you, what's the cause of suffering? Okay, this is suffering came from karma, karmas, afflictions, inappropriate attention, the right. Wow, that's amazing. Where did you learn this from? Then you say that we learn from, say, the Nagarjuna's text, Mulla Madhyamika Karika. Okay, how many you brought this book? Last time we gave this book. How many brought this book? How many do not get this book? Your own copy. Last time we gave a copy to each one of you. How many did not get this copy, listeners? Last time? Okay. So for this, I think Kapala is here. Okay, the pins on up, not now. Later on, those who didn't get their own copy. So those who already got it, you have it. Those who didn't get it, you will get a copy. Again, also. That's all. Okay, so you get a copy, and so none. You also get a copy. Okay, so there in this, this also suggested you to read the small write-up on the 12 things of Panurama. You remember that? You have to read that. You're getting it? Okay, read that. And then there, it's quoted there. Do you see that? Just on page 320. Page 320, after the painting, so do you see that? There is the verse in there from Nagarjuna's. What is the text? Mulla Madhyamika Karika. In English, it is the fundamental wisdom of the middle way. You can write it down in your own copy. You can note it down in your own copy. Note it down. Fundamental wisdom of the middle way. And some people say root wisdom. Both the same. Root wisdom of the middle way or the fundamental wisdom of the middle way. Mulla Madhyamika Karika. In Tibet, it is Uma Sawa Shiram. Or you can say Sawa Shiram. Sawa Shiram or Uma Sawa Shiram. Okay, this from Nagarjuna. It says, okay, this is the review that we'll be doing. This is the review that we are doing. Ceasing of karmas and afflictions leads to nirvana. And there will be a little variation translation. This is a battery. There's a little variation. There may be a little variation in the translation. Just check that. So what I have here is ceasing of karmas and afflictions leads to nirvana. Karmas and afflictions arise from inappropriate attention, which in turn arises from the elaboration of self-grasping ignorance. It is the wisdom of emptiness that brings an end to ignorance. Okay, this is the stanza. Can you hear me? Those in the back can hear me? Okay. Can you hear me? Good. So these 5 points you'll find from this text, and the teachers that you meet with. When they ask when they ask you what is cause of suffering, then you recite the stanza. They will be very happy. You're getting it. So this will tell us how the suffering is coming to be, and how the suffering can be brought to an end, how to terminate, how to get rid of the suffering. Ceasing of karmic afflictions leads to nirvana. What's the opposite of nirvana? Samsara. Samsara, suffering, synonymous. Samsara, suffering, synonymous. Nirvana, explicitly, nirvana is taught. Implicitly, samsara is taught. Implicitly. So samsara is implicitly mentioned there. Samsara. So samsara arises from karmas, contaminant karmas. And the contaminant karmas arise from afflictions. Both are there. Then the karmas afflictions, they arise from inappropriate attention, number 3. And number 4. Inappropriate attention is number 4, 3. 4. Which in turn arises from elaboration of self-grasping ignorance. Self-grasping ignorance is number 5. You're getting it? So this is a very standard answer. You're getting it? If you know the stanza, and then if you want to know this from the original text, this original text also in this book, the issue chapter, the Aranyagatana's chapter 18. Okay, chapter 24. Chapter 24 of this Aranyagatana's text. Chapter 24. Okay, in my book, '24, 18. 18. Okay, chapter 18, examination of self and phenomena. Chapter 18, stanza 5. Which page? Page 115, the new copy. 116 or 115. Stanza 5. Okay, let's all read this together. How do we read it? Let's read this together. Yes. Yes, together. When ceasing, no? Okay, ceasing. Okay, let's leave this when is additional. Ceasing of actions and afflictions leads to nirvana. Action and afflictions arise from conceptual thought. These arise from mental elaboration. Elaboration ceases through emptiness. So there's a little translation variation there. Ceasing of actions. Actions are karma is the same. Yes? No? Karma means it's comes Sanskrit word. English word is actions. Ceasing of actions or karmas and afflictions leads to nirvana. Karmas and afflictions arise from conceptual thought. This conceptual thought is inappropriate attention. You getting it? The word that is used in the root text is conceptual thought. Actually, it refers to the inappropriate attention. In your note, if it is your own book, then you make a note there, say inappropriate attention. This arises from mental elaboration. So this elaboration refers to self-grasping ignorance. Okay, make a note there. And how to stop? Okay, now after knowing this, tell me what's the final cause of the suffering? Very good. Self-grasping a final cause. If somebody tells you what's the final cause of suffering, then contaminant karmas, afflictions, don't say like this, just jump to the final cause. What's the final cause? Self-grasping ignorance. Whereas if somebody asks you, what are the causes of suffering? What's the cause of suffering? Then you say, the contaminant karmas, afflictions, inappropriate attention, and self-grasping ignorance. You get again? Where somebody asks you, what's the final cause of suffering? Say self-grasping ignorance. Okay, now, on the, let's say that there's a poisonous tree growing there, and then the wind blows from the poisonous tree, hits your body, and your body start to have skin rashes. And then you don't want to have the skin rashes. So why is the skin rash? Because of these poisonous leaves. So what will you do? Depends on your intelligence. Some people will remove the leaves directly, right? Remove leaves, and then the next day the skin rashes they started to disappear, right? And then after 1 week, again the new leaves grow. Again the skin rashes come back. You want temporary the recovery or permanent recovery? Then what will you do? Then you chop the tree. You chop the tree, and then for 2 months, again your problem is over. Again after a third month, again it's growing. So it's not permanent. So what should you do? Uproot it. You're getting it. You look for the root, final root, ultimate root, and then remove that. Then you don't do worry at all. You're freed. Okay. So therefore, if you don't want suffering, finally, what should you do? Hey.
Self-grasping.
Okay. Increase self-grasping ignorance.
Self-still.
Remove self-grasping ignorance. Don't just say self-grasping ignorance. Self-grasping ignorance, either you cultivate it or you remove it, you're not clear. Some people say cultivate it, right? They just say that remove self-grasping ignorance or exterminate self-grasping ignorance. How to remove self-grasping ignorance? Hey, how to remove it? So what we said thus far after the panorama and the 5-6 sessions, then what we learned is that okay, fine, I don't want suffering. Which suffering do you don't want? Buddhist suffering or the Hindu suffering or Muslim suffering? I see. Any kind of suffering. Sometimes Buddhist suffering comes. Sometimes Muslim suffering comes. No, there's no difference in Buddha. There's no suffering known as Buddhist suffering. Muslim suffering. Hindu suffering. You're getting it? Somebody slaps, whether it's a Buddhist or Hindu, there's no difference. Right? Somebody slaps, it's suffering. So suffering. So therefore, it's about, these are Buddhist concepts. No, this has nothing to do with Buddhism. This is a reality. You're getting it? So this is a reality. Anybody who doesn't want suffering should think about uprooting the cause. What's the cause? Self-grasping ignorance. How to get rid of this? Okay, so what we learned from this is that we have to uproot the self-grasping ignorance. You're getting it? Okay, what's your next question to me? This is the last day. This is the last session now. Not even last day. Last session. Take the chance. Tell me what you would ask me. What we said is that our job here, finally we can learn is that all the sufferings came from self-grasping ignorance. This is what we learned. Okay. So what next? What's your question to me?
How would be
Yes.
How would be uproot?
How can we uproot it? How can we uproot it? Self-grasping ignorance. You getting it? Okay. So what we learned is self-grasping ignorance. How can that? Okay. Anybody who likes to help me? How to uproot this? Anybody who likes to share some ideas with us? Anybody? Yes. Mike.
Maybe attain the wisdom of emptiness.
Okay. Cultivate the wisdom of emptiness. Cultivate the wisdom of emptiness. Very good. Very good. Anybody? Okay. What's your next question? So this question is answered. Cultivate the wisdom of emptiness. Don't just say Buddha, please remove the self-grasping ignorance. If you say this, the Buddha would be very unhappy. If you say, Buddha, please remove my self-grasping ignorance, you don't put any effort. Right? If there's a darkness, if you're in dark, you're readable, and there's more like this power cut, then Buddha, please remove the darkness. If you say this, the Buddha will be happy or not happy?
Not happy.
Very unhappy. What an unwise follower. Right? Whereas if you light a candle, the Buddha will be very happy. To remove the darkness, the best thing to do is to light a candle, to light a lamp, to introduce a lamp. It is only through introduction of the light that the darkness can be eradicated. In a similar tone, it is only through introducing the light of the wisdom that the darkness of ignorance can be eradicated. So therefore, in Buddhism, there's a tremendous the emphasis on cultivating the wisdom. There's a tremendous emphasis on cultivating wisdom instead of blind faith. You getting it? Okay. So while here, Panorama, Dharma, we are trying our best to cultivate wisdom. When you go home, your parents may be into more blind faith. Don't be sarcastic. Don't be contemptuous of your parents, right? Simply because you're exposed to this beautiful tradition of the wisdom of the Buddhist teachings, and we are not to let others feel inferior. So we understand it, but in a very affectionate way, in a very compassionate way. We also encourage others to embrace wisdom. Embrace wisdom instead, but don't discourage them, or don't be contemptuous. Don't be scornful of your parents and elders who are going to blind faith. And even in the case of the monasteries, also in the monasteries, there are many monks who are not really exposed to the philosophy, and don't really be scornful of them, right? Don't feel that you are superior. I learned this from Panorama. No, but the arrogance should not come in there. So meanwhile, you have to know which is the correct approach, So then and at least I'm very fortunate that because of learning Dharma, I'm very happy that I'm exposed to this tradition where the Buddha emphasizes so much on cultivating the wisdom. Okay, what is your next question? No? What is that wisdom? Right? What is that wisdom? Once you know this, then how to cultivate it. Okay, so this wisdom. So basically, this last session for this Panorama 3, session 3, on the series 3, what I'm thinking of doing is that I'd like to speak a little bit about this wisdom to give you a little bit of the exposure, a little bit of the nuggets of the wisdom, what the wisdom is, this wisdom is. And then in the end, I'd like to share with you how to make our life meaningful. How to make a life meaningful. You're getting it? How to make a life meaningful by including like 5 minutes to 20 minutes of practice on a daily basis. What practice you do? You're getting it? Okay. If I tell you that you can deposit 10 rupees to my bank. You can deposit 10 rupees a day in my bank, but not more than 10 rupees a day. And if you deposit 10 rupees, you will get multiplied by 10 times. Multiplied by 10 times means you deposit 10 and you get 100. It's a good deal or bad deal? Huh? Good deal. Yeah, look at Papala's face. I can see it's a good deal because it's money. Okay, otherwise we get 6%. 6% is like you deposit 10 rupees. In 1 year you will get only 6 rupees extra, right? Whereas here you are getting 6 rupees, 10 rupees a month, and the same month you get 100. This is amazing, right? Okay, but you cannot deposit more than 10 rupees a month. If this is the case, and then you can deposit for the next 20 years. You getting it? Okay, tell me, you're going to get a huge amount after 20 years or not? Yes, of course. If that's the case, you cannot deposit more than 10 rupees a day. So now tell me, what is important for you to do? Finally, what you want is that, okay, after 20 years, you will get 50 lakhs, right? Okay, so what will you do not to miss? If this is,
Deposit it every month. Every day, sir.
Yeah, you're getting it? You will not miss. The most important here is It's just 10 rupees a day is nothing. But to make sure that I don't miss depositing it. That is important. You're getting it? Okay. So now for us, after you're in your 20s, some of you may be in your 30s, and then 40s, then I'm in my 50s. You're getting it? Okay. Once, when I was age 12, maybe 11 or 12, I discovered the age of one boy, schoolboy, who was age 17. Very old, 17. Okay. Then eventually I became 17. When I became 17, I discovered the age of one teacher who was in his 30s. 30. This teacher, which means that he has been through the same way that I'm going now. School, college, teacher, then 30, old, about to die. No, it's life is so impermanent. Then eventually I became 30. Then I discovered, then I was in Cambridge. In Cambridge, the first day I was there, my host, it was a group of people who were supporting the Tibetans. And there was one professor who just, I think a week ago, he celebrated his 50th birthday, 50. And then he was somehow talking about 50th birthday. I celebrate 50th birthday. What is there to celebrate? Half a century gone. It's like it's like insult that you want. What is there to celebrate? I do not say anything. They was what is there to celebrate? Half a century gone. You getting it? And now I hit 50. Getting it? Then when I was in my 40s, I was in Varanasi. Then the Varanasi at Tibet University Vice Chancellor invited me for a dinner, for a meal. I think he also invited another professor, a lady professor. Lady professor must be in her 70s, and I was in my 40s. And before I joined them, he must have introduced me to the lady professor, saying that the new director, Tibet House director, is coming. And the lady knew the former director of Tibet House. And I was in my 40s. Late 40s means for you, very old. You getting it? And then I showed up. And the lady professor looked at me and said, "Young director." She said it 3 times. Young. She was expecting a gray hair. And I showed up in my 40s. Young director. And then she told me like 3 times. And then young director is not a good comment, generally speaking. Director is a good position. Young means not inexperienced. Inexperienced director. You're getting it? So she do not mean that. But this is the interpretation many people will automatically be land into. Then she corrected. I didn't mean to say that you are age-wise young. This is what she said. And then they say, so now 50. So this is what we all will invariably go through. You're getting, we all, no exception. You won't believe. This is how the time flies. So when I met Sunam Formula, who started the food Tashila, how many? 3, 4?
About like 5, 6.
5 or 6 people are there who started Dharma the first time. 11 years ago we met here in Tibet. 11 years ago. Most of you are in your school, right? Maybe kindergarten, right? Now you're in your college. So time flies. This is what I mean. Now with this, the point is that, again, after like 10 years, 20 years, easily will fly. And then I think like 2, 3 years ago, I met one of my classmates when I was in class 4. When I was in class 4, my classmate who I did not meet for the last about like 40 years. And suddenly I met her in Bulgaria. You getting it? This is exactly what happened to you also. You look so young. And you know, some of you may not even meet for the next 40 years. And suddenly you bump into, oh, once I was in Tibet, how there's a program called something, PANO something. What program? Something Dharma. What Dharma? Flower Dharma? Lotus Dharma? Not Lotus Dharma, something Dharma. Then PANO something, right? PANORAMA. Yes, PANORAMA, right? PANORAMA something, PANORAMA something, 1 or 3 or I don't remember, 2000 something, I don't remember too well, right? Yeah, I was also there, right? I was also there. How many years ago? 40 years ago. You're going to calculate 40 years ago. This happened. Okay. Now, at that point, what will be your situation? What is going to be the plight? What is going to be the state that you are in? Whether you are going to be somebody who will have a sense of gratification, who will have a sense of fulfillment that, okay, now from there, like now, 40 years gone. 40 is gone, but I've accomplished. I meditated on bodhicitta, I meditated on emptiness, and then my mind, I can tackle with all the emotional stress. I can tackle so nicely. I can even counsel the people. So that way, I'm so happy that I was a part of Plan Dharma. I was able to grow myself as for the panorama. Then, and because of this, now my journey has taken a very different shape, with full of richness and meaning. That's also one possibility. Another possibility would be, okay, something does that thing happen, but then all these years somehow I do not know how this 40 years lapsed. Now time finished. Now I regret. Nothing's there in my hand. That's also in the hand. So which two directions you will go? That's in the hand. For that matter, say if each one of us will have to make sure that after 20 years, 30 years, 40 years down the line, then to make sure that you are rich then, not materially, mentally rich, stable, calm. That is don't forget this analogy of you having the opportunity to deposit only 10 rupees a day. And then that's multiplied, it's going to be automatically multiplied by 10 times. You getting it? Nowadays, there's what's known as the PF, what's that? PF, Provident Fund, which is like you deposit something and it will multiply by 2 times. Even that is great. In our case, it's multiplied by 10 times. It's going to be a great opportunity. So for that, what is the main point that you should not miss? To be consistent that I deposit it, right? You cannot, no, let me deposit maybe 1,000 rupees in one go, so that the next, say like how many 100 days, I don't have to worry. No, you don't have the opportunity. You have to deposit every day. You have to deposit only 10 rupees, not a lot more than that. You're getting it? Okay, if this is the case, what's most important for you to do? Not to miss the opportunity to deposit every day. So, virtue, accumulation of virtue, and particularly growth of the virtue, the richness, growth of virtue to such a rich level is not that you do virtue one day so much and then next time you just, be relaxed. No. Say virtue should be very consistent. Every day you do a small part of virtue like study, practice, so forth, and then you can grow. You can expect to grow. Otherwise, there's no shortcut. So doing every day, if you miss one day, it's a great loss. It's a great loss for us. This example is perfect example for this. For that matter, what kind of practice do then? How do I deposit this money? How do I deposit this virtue on a daily basis? How do you do that? So this we will learn at the end of this session. End of this session, what should I do if I have only like 5 minutes? Or if I have like 20 minutes, what should I do? So this we will learn at the end of this session. Very good. Okay. So what we said thus far, like a continuation, the most important thing is, okay, from what you learned thus far, the panorama class, including what the Puja taught you, Miss Puja taught you, including that, tell me, just share your thoughts. What is not necessary that you experience it. This is not the point. The point is intellect, at least intellectually, experientially, intellectually, whatever. What do you think is the most important thing? Don't just okay, I have to do virtue. This everybody can say. Something which you learned, which you become very strong feeling in you by coming to panorama. Okay, just share thoughts very quick. Let me give chance to like 3 or 4 of the participants here. Anybody, very quick. What do you think is the most important thing for you to do in your life? Anybody? What you learn intellectually, or what you experience something, or you know all it before, but then this time coming here, it was reactivated, rekindled in your mind. The affirmation came to you. Anybody? Raise hands. Just speak your mind. It's not necessary that it should be as long as it comes from within. Not necessary that it should be technical. You getting it? Anybody, just speak your heart. Yes? Okay, Mike. And listen, let's all listen.
Practice would be a very important part to reflect more on things in life.
Okay, one is to reflect. What do you reflect and apply this in your practice? Wonderful. Anybody else? Just speak your mind. That is the most important thing. It may not be technical, even if it's too technical, but it's not coming from your heart, then it doesn't mean anything. Whereas you may think that it's very small, but if it's coming from your heart, that is what I treasure. You got it? Anybody? Quick. Yes, well there.
To remove the ignorance.
Very good. To remove ignorance. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, there.
To understand the ignorance.
To understand what ignorance is. Very good. Okay, let's all listen to this.
To make myself and other happy.
To make oneself and others happy. This is the key. Very good. Anybody else? Just speak your mind. I'll be most happy if you speak your mind. Not necessarily that it should be technical. Anybody? Yes.
To understand true nature of my mind.
Okay, to understand.
That is the purity.
Okay, to understand the purest nature, my true nature of my mind, which is so pure, to see what it is like, to know what it is like. Very good. Now the last. Anybody? Yes, Sonamla. Okay, Sonamla, then the senior Sonamla, junior Sonamla.
So I was just talking to Kishila before how when we first did the first panorama, it's been more than 10 years. I think about 8-9 years.
Yes.
8-9 years since we did the first panorama, and just when I was talking with Kishila, all of a sudden it hit me that it's more than 10 years since we started this learning about emptiness and self-grasping ignorance and what are the causes of suffering and all. And but going back today, there's a little bit of gap happening. But today coming here, I'm just now realizing, sitting right now in this moment, that I'm going to go back and do better. And that this feeling of reinforcement is becoming more stronger, just in this moment that I'm sitting here. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sonamla. You are a great inspiration to many youngsters. Thank you. And keep in mind that this girl is extremely bright girl. The topper when she was in school, all the way, all these many years. Topper. She'll be very unhappy that I say this to you. Okay, so Mama the junior.
Gishla, I've learned that the most important thing in the whole session, whole panorama program, was getting a conviction of the purpose of my life, to be fearless, and to achieve maximum happiness and the possibilities of to achieve the both.
Wonderful. So you want to discover one's the meaning of one's life. That to get rid of my suffering and to have the maximum happiness. Number one. Number two, that it is possible. It's not just it's not just aspiration that how good would that be? Not just aspiration, but that it is possible. That is something doable. Very good. Okay. Last. Anybody? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, yes, the girl over there. What is your name?
Vaishnavi.
Vaishnavi. Yes, Vaishnavi.
I always feel very positive when I'm here, and I'm just trying to find all like the roots of my all the causes and worries.
Okay, very good. So one said that the fact that you come here, you feel very positive. And so from there, yes, there's a possibility by which we can remain positive. Number one. Then number two is that even the worries, anxiety, and so forth, they don't arise randomly. They arose from the causes. Same. So I want to explore what are these causes and do to get rid of these. What are the forms? Okay, good. I'm very happy. So this is it. The philosophy of when I speak about philosophy, some people may think the philosophy, it's a high level. No. The philosophy becomes high level only when you gain conviction, when you correlate the philosophy with your own understanding. Only if you relate this with your own understanding, then the philosophy makes sense, then you find joy in this, and then it's a matter of, say, the progressing all the time. And let's say that say there are two children. Let's say there are two children. One is gifted with intelligence, and the other one is not so. Other one is more like a mediocre. And naturally, as two of them being very young, like age 10, 11, 12, and everybody will talk highly of person, the child A, not so much of the B. So this is when they're young. When you are in your college level, then it's not about how intelligent you are. You're getting it? If you're intelligent, this is so good. This is a special gift for you. Which means that intelligent people, if you're intelligent and if you have the enthusiasm along with intelligence, then you will be like a shining star. You're getting it? What? Now, those of us who are not so intelligent, even intelligence is something which we can cultivate. It's not that somebody who is from school time, you are mediocre, but then in college, what can I do? Right? So there's one attitude. Okay, look at these two attitudes. So somebody sent me this. It's very interesting. And the one attitude is that if everybody does it, I'll do it. If everybody can do it, why not? I can also do it. I'll do it. If nobody can do it, I must do it. Because if nobody can do it, if I do it, then it becomes special. Right? If nobody can do it, I'll do it. In both cases, I'll do it. Whereas the other attitude, second attitude is that if everybody can do it, let him do it. Why should I do it? He can also do it. Let him do it. If nobody can do it, what can I do? In both cases, I don't want to do it. Okay. The point is that, okay, I'm from my school time, I'm mediocre, I'm below average, I'm average, I'm not really bright, like someone, right? I'm average, so what can I do? No, this should not be attitude. In the school, it's fine. In the college, even this intelligence, which some people are gifted from their childhood, even this intelligence you can build, you can cultivate while you're in college. How? Keep studying more. Believe it or not, those people who are consistent with the studies, they will shine. And from the childhood, if you are more intelligent, if you are intelligent from childhood, and you're consistent, you will shine. You can become like Nobel laureate level. Whereas those of us like mediocre, if you really study well, you can really shine. This is the reality. This I've seen with my own eyes. I'll give you one example. It's not just, it's just like the story to make sure you can also become Nobel laureate. No, I cannot expect myself. If I start my physics, okay, still my school time, I took philosophy, I took physics and mathematics. These two are my the favorite subjects from school. I was thinking becoming a physicist. Okay, those of you who already know me, so no one knows that. Okay, so now I would say that even I've not already in my 50s, even if I put so much effort in physics, of course I can improve physics. I can pick up physics, mathematics, but I've reached to such the level of age whereby I cannot really become a Nobel laureate in physics. That I cannot expect. You getting it? I don't mean to say that no, it's hopeless. No, Nobel laureate is a very different. It's a genius level. Right? If you can reach that, that's amazing. But if it's not necessary that you should reach to that level in order to become enlightened, right? It's a matter of cultivating your wisdom in this life, next life. You getting it? If you do it, even if you are a mediocre child today, in this life, college, university, job, throughout, if you continue to study, not just read something sensible. Reading something sensible which will invoke your intelligence. Constantly, you will become sharper. And then, if I'm not too presumptuous, then your next life, you continue with this journey, you'll become a Nobel laureate. Literature, physics, chemistry, economics, or physiology and medicine, right? Okay, so the point is that even this intelligence can be cultivated. You're getting it, particularly when you reach your college. So there, if you can really cultivate intelligence. And from that point of view, the Buddha emphasized so much on the studies, reflection, and then whatever is studied, reflected upon, so this you have to include in your meditation practice. You're getting it? Okay, for that matter, I'll say the point is, what I said is that finally, if the self-grasping ignorance is the root of suffering, and you don't want suffering, what should you be doing? You should be identifying the self-grasping ignorance and to get rid of this. How to get rid of this? By cultivating wisdom. What wisdom? You're getting it? Okay, I'll just give you a clue of that wisdom very quickly, followed by a gist of what you're going to practice, like I say 5 minutes to 20 minutes a day. Which is going to be like depositing 10 rupees every day, not more than that. You're getting it? Okay, so then we'll follow by that. And let's say the wisdom. What wisdom? Let's say that to make it very quick, let's say that you're dreaming, and in the dream, I say a very scary dream. I'm sure most of you had very scary dreams. You had? How many had scary dreams in your life? Including myself, all of us. Okay, anybody who did not have any scary dreams in life? Who did not have any scary dreams in your life? Even once. Okay, we all have. Very good. So let's say that you have a very scary dream where say where a ghost is chasing you. Right? Okay, anybody who have very scary dream of a ghost chasing you, raise hands. Okay, 1, 2 girls, 3, 4. Anyone else? Okay, 5 there. Okay. Any other scary dreams? Who would like to share? You want to share? Mike? Is there any mic nearby? Oh,
When I was in my 10th standard, I saw myself fighting with a, I guess, witch or.
Wow. Fighting with the witch. Or fighting with the ghost, yes?
Yes, so it's quite funny.
Witches always girls?
That's what we presume.
Okay. Witches to ghosts also.
Kind of, yeah, like.
Okay. Some witches are ghosts,
Like
some witches are not ghosts. It doesn't matter. Okay, which?
So then it's rather funny. I actually poked her head with a very high heel. Yeah, I just poked her head. So
Wow,
it's
then?
quite funny.
Then
That's all I remember. Then I woke up.
Then you were scared? Not scared.
I was scared.
Okay. Very scared. Very good. Anybody else who want to share your dream? Very quick. We don't have time. Anybody who wants to share your dream? Anyone? Would you want to share a dream? Scary dream. Yes, yes.
Like 1 year ago, I guess. Some man was chasing me. So I was so scared. I was so scared.
Okay, a man was chasing Putila. Okay, very scary. Okay. Any boy who dreamt of a girl chasing you? Very scary. Okay. Let's say a man is chasing you, or the ghost is chasing you, or a witch is chasing you. Let's say, and it's very scary. And oftentimes, when somebody is chasing you, you tend to fall. When you fall, it's so difficult to get up. Yes? Okay. So let's say that, and then when you fall, and the ghost or the witch is about to grab at you, and you cannot really get up, then you give up. Now I'm done, right? Now I'm done. At that point, then they say that your father comes. Your father comes. Right? What's your name? The girl?
Jigme.
Huh?
Jigme.
Which is Jimela? You or this girl? Jimela, you? Inzila. And Inzila and Jimela, both of them are about to be killed. Right? And their father, the two fathers, they come. What happened, my daughter? Right? Oh, this ghost is killing me. Right? And the father says, oh, money pay me home. Right? And the ghost runs away. Are you happy, not happy? Hey, two girls, Jimela and Inzila. Huh? Inzila, happy, not happy? Huh? Inzila, happy? The ghost ran away. You're happy, not happy? Very happy. Jimela?
Yes.
Very happy. You're very happy. And then your father tells you, okay, now two girls, you are happy? You said, very happy. Now can I leave now? Yes. You left? And from behind the tree, again the ghost comes? Okay. This is exactly our life. You're getting it? It's not a dream, it's a real life. How the happiness replaced by miseries, replaced by happiness, miseries, happiness, miseries. All the happiness that we get, they are just temporary respite. They are not permanent happiness. You getting it? Okay. Now, which part of the dream do you like? The dream where the ghost is about to grab at you, or the dream your father came and said, "Oh, money, and the ghost ran away." Which is the two part of the dream you like? Second one you like it. Very good. Okay. And then the second one. Okay. The first one when the ghost about to get at you. The second one, your father said, "Oh, money, when the ghost ran away." And the third one, you wake up. Okay. Fourth one, then the ghost reappeared. And the fifth one, you wake up. Your mother wakes you up. Okay, tell me, which of the four moments you like the most? The first one is the ghost grabbing at you, Second moment, your father comes and rescued you, or whatever. And the third one, the ghost reappears from behind the tree. The fourth one, the mother wakes you up. Which is the best moment? Okay, this girl said the fourth one. Okay. Why the fourth one? Why not the second one? Second one is beautiful. Where the ghost ran away. Why not the second? Okay. Yes.
Because it's still a dream.
Okay, Mike. Here, this girl.
The ghost might come back again. It's a
Yes. In the second case, it is just a temporary respite. So the ghost can possibly come back. You're getting it? Okay. Temporary respite is better or permanent solution is better? What's the permanent solution in this case? Waking up. You're getting it? Waking up. Therefore, the Buddha is referred to as the fully awakened one. Buddha is referred to as the fully awakened one. You're getting it? Now, from this, what we learn is that if you want to be freed from the suffering of the dream, wake up. Wake up. Right? Wake up. That's very important. So with this in mind, what we will learn is that not only the dream. Okay, tell me the difference between how many let's say that how many you had experience of the 44 degrees centigrade in Delhi. 44 degrees centigrade in Delhi. Okay, how many you did not have this experience, 44 degrees centigrade in Delhi? Oh, you don't have the experience of 44 degrees centigrade in Delhi. Okay, you can be Delhi. When did you come? What time? Which month? Did you experience Delhi?
August.
Oh, you came in August. August is not 44, like 40, 39. Okay, lucky. You're going to be here for how long? Delhi for how long? In 3 years?
This year.
Huh?
First year.
This is your first year?
Yes.
So you have 3 more years, 2 more years.
Yes.
Oh, never mind, you come. Okay, welcome. Welcome to 45 degrees centigrade Delhi. You'll come, don't worry. Anybody? Okay, what is 45 degrees centigrade like? What's your name? Huh?
Kalsam.
Kalsala. Okay, so those of us who had experience with 45 degrees centigrade, welcome Kalsala. It's so pleasant in 45 degrees centigrade. Okay, 45 degrees centigrade, and saying that it's terribly hot. Terribly hot. And then it so happens that even in the night, the walls are hot. Right? The walls are hot. And if the power cut, what to do? I cannot rip off my skin. I cannot. That's the skin, right? What to do? Right? Okay. If it's hot, there's no fan. Even the fan. Forget about the AC or cooler. Even the fan is not there. Right? What do you do? Outside is hot. Inside is hot. What do you do? Okay. So this is 45 degrees centigrade. Now with this, let's say that because of this trauma, and then say the next day there's a light, electricity, the power, and you sleep, and then you dream being 45 degrees centigrade without the electricity and without the fan, right? And then somebody says, "Hey, Sonama, Juice here. You're happy, not happy? Very happy." Okay. Then you wake up. You wake up, and then yes, there's no light there, power cut, and then somebody really comes with the juice. Okay. You're happy? Very happy. Okay, you have 2 experiences of juice. One, the dream juice, and one, the real juice. Tell me, what's the difference between these 2 juices? Anybody, what's the difference? This is not philosophy, right? Anybody can speak very easily. What's the difference between these 2 juices? The one in the dream, and the one, the real juice. What's the difference?
I can drink the real one to satisfaction.
I can drink the real juice, Whereas a dream juice is not, I cannot drink it. It has, the two have so many differences. One is, one can be, you can drink, other you cannot. Any other differences? Anybody? Very quick. Quick. Anybody? Yes?
The dream juice will not quench your thirst.
The dream juice will not quench your thirst, whereas the real juice will quench your thirst. Very good. Anybody else? Anybody else? Any difference? There are many differences. Okay, now I'll tell you. Till I give you make it very dramatic, right? Okay, I'll make it more dramatic. Let's say that if you're, let's say that you're very thirsty now. You're thirsty? You have a juice? But I have a juice. I have a juice. But don't worry, I'll give you juice. Wow. Thank you. Okay, imagine juice. Imagine orange juice. Now drink it. This is your juice. You will laugh. Why you are laughing? Why you are laughing? You are laughing, you are not happy. You are not happy with your juice, and I'm happy with my juice. What's the difference? With my juice and your juice, what's the difference? The boy there? What's the difference between the two juices?
One is real, one is imaginary.
Okay, one is real and one is imaginary. Very good. Very good. Anybody else? Anybody else? What's the difference between these two?
Virtual can't be real. It will not satisfy though.
Okay, the imaginary juice is just, it's not real. If it's not real, where it's coming from?
Just my mind.
Very good. You're getting it? One is coming from the mind and one is coming from the object. You're getting it? From the object you like it. From the mind you don't like it. Right? I said that you imagine the juice and you have it. This you don't have to tell, I know how to do it. You're getting it? But this one, if I give you, you'll be very happy. Okay, one is coming from my mind and the other is coming from the object. So this juice objectively exists and your juice exists subjectively. It doesn't exist objectively. You're getting it? Okay. Which can trigger attachment? Objective juice or subjective juice? Objective juice. You're getting it? Okay. Now say if I say if you have your school fees with you, the college fees, say like 30,000, 40,000 with you, college fees, right? And then I snatch it, or somebody snatch it in a metro, snatch it, or you're imagining my fees, 30,000 fees, and somebody disturbs you, your 30,000 fees in your imagination disappears. Which of the two you will feel the loss? The first one, the second one. The first one, why? The first one is real, objectively here. Second one is just my imagination. It doesn't matter if it is 1 crore rupees, if it disturbs me, it disappears. I don't mind it. So when it is objective, then the emotions are very strong. When it's subjective, emotions are relaxed. No anxiety. You lose the 1,000 imaginary 30,000 rupees. There's no tension. You lose the real objective 30,000 rupees, then you will not have sleep, right? Anxiety, stress, tension. Okay. So related to objective things exist objectively, then the emotions are very strong. Where when you see things are subjective, emotions are under control. You get it? And which is the reality? That everything what triggers anxiety, stress, and so forth? Objective or subjective?
Objective.
Objective. You're getting it? Okay. Now, from this, the Buddha said, have no stress, have no tension, because there's no basis of tension. Basis of tension is what he said, seeing things as objectively real. But the Buddha said, everything is subjectively real, like a dream. Everything is subjectively real, like a dream. There's nothing objectively real there. What you're seeing is just your perception. Just your perception, it's not really there. Okay. How many of you have seen rainbow in Ladakh? Raise your hands. Or how many of you seen rainbow in your life? Raise your hands. How many of you have never seen rainbow in your life? But we all have seen rainbow in your life. Imagine that there is a young child with you, age 5 with you, and both of you are seeing the rainbow, beautiful rainbow. And this child tells you, please take me there, 1 kilometer away from you. Are you going to take the child there? Huh? If you take the child there, you are also a small child. Why you tell me? Oh, very quick. Why you're not going to take the child there? Why you're not going to take the child there? Why not?
Because it doesn't exist objectively.
Mike, somebody's mic here. Okay, let's all listen.
Because it doesn't exist objectively real.
Because the rainbow appears as coming from 1 kilometer away, but in actuality, it doesn't exist objectively. The child sees this as objectively real, but you as elder, you know that it is not really from there. Closer you go there, the rainbow will disappear. Yes? Very good. So the rainbow is not from the object, but just a perception. So the rainbow is objectively real or subjectively real? Hey, quick, we all should take part in this. Rainbow, therefore, the rainbow is objectively or subjectively real? It's a subjective existence. It's not objectively real. Dream, objectively real, subjectively real? Subjective. Very good. Then what else? Mirage. Objectively real, subjectively real? Subjective. Very good. This one, objectively real, subjectively real? Objective. Okay. This appears objectively real. This is okay. How do you see this objectively real? Okay. Who sees the rainbow as objectively real? The small child or the elders?
Small child.
Small child. Whoever sees the rainbow as objectively real? This is a small child. Whoever sees this flower as objectively real? This is childish. Who sees this? How many of you see this objectively real? Okay, therefore the Buddha said we are all like small children. Right? We're all like small children. You want to remain as a small child, or you want to become, somebody who is more mature? Mature. Small child means people will believe very easily. Elders, how many of you believe when you are very young? When you age 5, 6, 7, how many of you believed? Well, I was also believed. Right? When you're a child, small. So therefore the point is that we have to grow. So anything you see things objectively real, that's an indication that I'm not a small child. I'm seeing the rainbow as real. You getting it? In other words, the Buddha said that everything, not only the rainbow, not only the dream, not only mirage, everything around, including you, your parents, Buddha, Nirvana, Samsara, everything is like dream. It's like dream, meaning that they all come from the subject. Nothing comes from the object. You getting it? This is a very important thing. Okay, say the ghost is about to grab at you and then now I'm done. At that point, what is the feeling like?
Scared.
Okay, when the ghost is about to get at you and you cannot get up, what's the feeling like?
Scared.
Very scared. Don't just say scared. Very scared. Okay. So then, the moment the ghost is about to grab you like this, the mother wakes you up. What's the feeling? Relief. Wow. Why relief? Tell me. Hey, why relief? Very quick. Huh?
Just escaped.
The girl over there. The girl over there.
Because waking up kind of marks an end to the dream.
Very good. You realize that it was a dream. I don't have to be. Now I don't have to be the slave of the dream. Right? Now that was just dream. It's not real. You get such a relief. Okay, now tell me. Seeing the dream as real happens in the dream or outside the dream? Okay, let me say this again. Let's all take part in this. We're getting it? Seeing the dream. How many of you have seen the dream as real in your life? How many have seen the dream as real? Okay. When did that happen? Seeing the dream as real happens in dream time or outside dream? Huh?
Dream time.
Dream time. Very good. So seeing the dream as real, this ignorance or wisdom? Ignorance. And what is the emotional outcome? Fear or relief? Fear. Ignorance gives rise to fear. You getting it? Then, when you see the dream as dream, inside the dream or outside dream? Outside. Oh, it was a dream. You're getting it? See the dream as dream. It happens outside the dream. See the dream as dream is ignorance or wisdom? Hey, see the dream as dream is ignorance or wisdom? Wisdom. What's the emotional outcome? Relief. Wow, I'm lucky that it's not real, it's dream. You get a relief. So relief is the outcome of wisdom. And the fear is the outcome of ignorance. Which do you want? Fear or relief? If you want relief, you have to go for wisdom. So therefore we have to cultivate the wisdom. Which wisdom? To see everything like a dream. To know that everything is like a dream. If you know this, that's wisdom. This will give you the greatest of the relief. That relief is known as nirvana, fearlessness. You get it? Okay. With this, I'll just give a gist of what emptiness is. How what we see is not real. You getting it? Okay. Look at the other person sitting next to you. Look at the other person sitting next to you. I did not ask you to smile. I only asked you to look at the other person. Okay, be serious. Look at the other person. Still you are smiling. You are trying to be very serious, still you are smiling. You cannot control your seriousness. Okay, good, good, very good. Okay, right? Okay, the girl over there, what's your name? Your name? Sonamla, this girl. Your name? Diskitla, and this girl? Rinchanla. Okay, let's see. The person to whom you look at, the person who you looked at, this person, is that person boy or girl? Huh? Hey, the boys speak. Right? Okay, some boys might have looked at girls, girls might have looked at boys. Boys might look at boys, girls might look at girls. It doesn't matter. The person you looked at, you saw that person as a boy or a girl. You agree with me? You agree with me? Okay. And how does this person appear as a boy or appear as a girl, objectively or like a dream coming from the mind? Objectively real. I cannot deny this. You getting it? I cannot deny that this girl appears as a girl objectively. This boy appears as a boy objectively. Okay, that is illusion. How do you know that? This is your question to me.
Yeah.
How do you know that this is illusion? It's like a dream. How do you know that? Okay, do you agree with me that this person who made you smile, the boy or the girl, this person is nothing but made of organs inside? Skin, the bones, the bones, then heart, the lungs, all these internal organs, muscles, the fatty tissues. You agree with me? Okay, how many are from biology? How many of you have taken biology in class 7? Oh, you're getting it? No excuse. Which means that, oh no, I'm from physics, I'm from engineering. No excuse. I'm from business, I'm from economics, I'm from arts. No excuse. Class 7, you've all taken biology. Class 7, 8, 9, taken biology, right? So then we learn about the human biology, human body. So this body is nothing but made of the organs. And these organs are further made of tissues. Tissues are made of cells. Okay, now try to mentally go into these, mentally go to macro level of the other person. The cells. And cells are made of cell membrane, nucleus inside, cytoplasm, and the nucleus is made of the chromosomes, and the chromosomes are made of DNA molecules, right? Okay, and the DNA molecules, they are made of atoms. Okay, stay there. Now stay there. Now just visualize that the same person is nothing but a pool of atoms, trillions of atoms. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? It may not be too refined, don't worry. Just if this is reality. If this is condition that we have, that's good enough. Okay, it's just a bunch of atoms. Pool of atoms, that's it. That's it. Okay. Tell me, which atom is girl, which atom is boy? No difference. You getting it? On the atomic level, there's no difference with boys and girls. What you see is a boy and girl. Besides these atoms, there's no boy and girl. And none of these atoms is boys and girls. There's a boy and girl. This concept dissolves. It's very scary. If a tinge of a fear comes to you, you are very lucky. You are very lucky. There's a possibility to see what I earlier saw as so real, objective real as a boy, as a girl. This was just what came to my mind. Actually, going there, object, there's nothing really, there's a boy, there's nothing else really, there's a girl. This concept of boy and girl is just mere appearance to my mind. Behind that, there's nothing, there's a boy and girl. Okay, if this is where we get to, how many agree with that? Oh, from that point of view, then the boy and girl is just, it's not really there. At least intellectually. Raise your hands. Very good. This is so precious. So precious. Likewise, okay, how is this sometimes in your life? There's one person who is very nasty. Right? I don't really want to meet with this person. I want to stay away from him. How many of you have such persons in your life? Raise your hands. There's one person who's so complicated. Raise hands. Okay. Just imagine that person. Imagine that person going to the atoms. Where is this complicated? No, none of the atom is complicated. Right? Where is this person which is complicated? Even the mind. You may say the mind is complicated. Even the mind is like the atoms. Mind is made of temporal atoms. Temporal segments of the mind. Temporal segments. None of these temporal segments are complicated. Again, what you say is complication. This is just coming from the mind. From there, it's not really there. It's coming from the subject, not from the object. How many of you have watched movie in your movie theaters? Raise your hands. At least once in your lifetime. Watch a movie in a movie theater. Raise your hands. Okay, tell me, that you are watching a movie here. Where is the movie coming from?
Projector.
Where is the projector? Behind you. You're getting it? Okay. Say the movie, where's the movie? Movie is on the screen. Where is it coming from? Not from the screen, it's from the projector. Okay. So the movie is on the screen, but not from the screen. Can you make this distinction? Where's the movie? On the screen. Is it from the screen? Not from the screen, it's from the projector. Where's the projector? Opposite to the screen, behind you. You getting it? So likewise, what are you seeing? For example, the flower is on the table. It's on the object. But it's not from the object. It's from your projector. Which your projector? Your mind is the projector. You're getting it? Your mind is projecting all these things. The flowers there, don't say the flowers not there. Flowers there. Movies on the screen. But it's not from the screen. It's from the projector. Likewise, everything is there. But they're all from the mind's projector, not from the object. Right? So the dream is coming from which projector? The projector of your mind. You're getting it? In your dream, how many thought it was real? Raise your hands. Okay, how many? Some of you might have even dreamt of being in the Manhattan, New York. Yes? No? Okay. Anybody who dreamt of being in Manhattan, New York? No? Or in Ladakh? But in Delhi, you dreamt of being in with your mother, with your father in Ladakh? Okay. And how many thought that it was real when you were dreaming? Yeah, we thought it was real. You get it? And you saw your house. And how paintings, some of the cracks, right? Some of the cracks, and beautiful Thanga painting, right? and even your mother making stew, right? A stew with potatoes. You see all the details. If in the dream, if somebody tells you this, all your mind making it. No, how can my mind make all these details? You wake up. This is how my mind can make. Oh, look at all these things. Look. Even just one painting. One painting. Look at the sophistication there. This is all nothing but coming from your mind, project your own mind. Your mind is creating all these things. You're getting it? Okay. For this matter, let me share with you what Nagarjuna said. Okay. Now again, look at the other person sitting next to you. So now the smile reduced, which means that you have realized emptiness more. Now you are seeing that person as a bunch of atoms. Okay, look, still you are smiling. Still you are smiling. You are not smiling at the other person. You are smiling at the sound that I was sharing with you. The joke. You see, the joke is real. You're getting it? Earlier you saw the person is real. Now you see the joke is real. Wow, very good joke. Right? A real good joke, objectively real good joke. Okay, so this is all coming from your mind. And how do you know? Imagine that I am 1 kilometer away from you, and you are seeing me in water. How do you evaluate that I'm really in water, or what you're seeing is just a mirage? How would you evaluate this? Hey, let me share again. I am 1 kilometer away from you. How many of you have seen mirage in your life? Okay, good. You have seen mirage in your life. What is mirage? Something which is not water because of the factors, the heat factor, heat, and the radiation of the heat radiation moving. Then you see like a water there. That's not real water. Actually, when you go close, there's no water there. Okay, like this. Say that I am 1 kilometer away from you, and you see that, oh, that he is in water. I'm not too sure whether he's in water, but he's in water there. You want to evaluate whether it's water or not. How would you evaluate that? Raise hands. I know that there are many of you who want to answer yes.
I'll go closer.
You come closer. You're going in. You come closer. And you coming closer, you see that this is very dry, there's nothing really there. What do you conclude? What I earlier saw was mirage. You're getting it? That's not real. What's not real what? Likewise, say, what are you seeing now? As a person, as a boy, as a girl, as a flower, as a painting, and as a joke, or as a happiness, right? Or as a sadness, as so objectively real. Now, to see whether it is objectively real or not, what should we do? We go closer to the object. So, this mirage, what you said, answer that you gave, was actually said by Nagarjuna. What Nagarjuna said, this is very important. What Nagarjuna said is, if the mirage were to be water, why not those close by the mirage see water? Okay, let me repeat it. If the mirage were to be water, why not those close by the mirage see water? If the mirage were to be water, why not those close by the mirage see water? This is what Nagarjuna said in his very popular book, which is Precious Garland. Rinchen Tenwa. That book is known as Rinchen Tenwa. Rinchen means precious, Tenwa is garland. Rinchen Tenwa. Okay, likewise, if this person that you are looking at, if the person exists objectively, to evaluate if the person exists objectively or not, why not I go closer to the object? As I go closer to the object, And if I discover it's not really there, which means that what I was seeing was not objectively real, but subjectively real. You getting it? Okay. So with this, then what we do is that we go closer to this person. The thin skin is not a person. Go inside, you will see the fatty tissue is not person. Go inside, you will see the muscles, then the skeleton, the heart, the lungs, the brain, the kidney, the spleen. None of these is the person. So that's not really there. This is what I saw as a person. And initially it could be a little scary experience. If you feel a little scared or if you feel a tinge of fear, don't worry, you are very fortunate. Continue this practice, and of course this is just like a very quick snippet, very quick, the intro of what emptiness is, but you have to study more detail. And I'm very happy to tell you that amongst you there are a number of you who enrolled yourself in Nalanda development course, right? And those of us who are not exposed to that, and that this is a great opportunity to learn more, and you can still enroll. With this, although the deadline is today's deadline, but you can make a special request to the coordinator, and and for the students, the scholarship, concession, all these things are there to encourage the students to be part of it, is one thing. So with this, the point is that you have to study more, and then you study more about what this is like, the way you feel so relieved when you wake up from the dream of repose, exactly is what will happen to us. To realize emptiness, you see that all the fears of samsara, they will drop when you get a glimpse of what emptiness is. Then extremely profound feeling of the tranquility, of the peace will come to you. It's so precious experience. You're getting it? And with this, that what can easily trigger agitation, sadness, anxiety, anguish in you, you can easily control that without resorting to antidepressant medicines. You get it? Many youngsters nowadays they resort to antidepressant medicines, and these medicines they themselves they destroy your body, they destroy your immune system. You get it? Whereas this wisdom of emptiness, if you get a glimpse of this, you can just you can stay away from antidepressant medicines. There's no side effect, plus the benefit is so profound which the antidepressants cannot give. And this experience of emptiness you can take to your next life. And that's how we progress. And then you can wake up the way the Buddha is referred to as the fully awakened one. One day you will also become the fully awakened one to benefit your parents, to benefit your siblings, to benefit all the dear sentient beings. Okay, this is what we can do. So with this in mind, let us say that, okay, a little bit of time, like 10 minutes. Okay, let's say, okay, Shudala, Sibala. Okay, I am there, go here, Rinzima, there, Sunamla, Re, Purila, An, happy. You get it? I am very unhappy. Okay, so what we do is that this is very important. This is just a simple exercise to give you understanding of objectively is empty. Right? Things appear as Sonamla, Lutula, Tapala, and Pizola, right? As defined as a boy, as a girl, so forth. It's just like a dream. It's all coming from my mind. My mental makeup from the object is not really there. It's like a dream. Okay, this is a small exercise. Pay attention to this. Okay, let's imagine that we are preparing for the PANORAMA series. This is series 3. Now, PANORAMA series 3 people, they are responsible to create the PANORAMA series 4. So next year, let's say 2021, today, we are preparing for PANORAMA 4, series 4. and then it is the 45 degrees centigrade, right? Very hot. And then tapala and pizola and patana and okay. So they forgot to give you water, juice. You're so hot at the 45 degrees centigrade, and then suddenly who's that? Say the Jimela told Tapala, there's no juice, nothing to eat, right? Oh, sorry, right? And he brought everything to eat. Okay. Then there's one box there. There's one box. And from the box, you could hear some sound like this. There must be someone there in the box also. I'm very hungry, very thirsty. The one in the box also must be very hungry, thirsty. Then you bang the box and ask, how are you? Louder.
I am.
Very
Happy.
What did you hear?
unhappy.
I'm very unhappy. You feel so sorry. You get it? You feel so sorry. Then you break the box and you enter in. You say, "Oh, sorry, you're unhappy." No, who said I'm unhappy? I just said I. Who said that I'm very happy? Right? Oh, you must be reasonable. You must be unhappy. What is? I just said there. Right? Who said that I'm unhappy? Maybe Sabala, you're the one who said who must be unhappy. Well, I'm very happy. I said, and maybe then you, Samala.
I said re.
No, I said re, beautiful re, beautiful mountains, beautiful re. Who said that I'm unhappy?
I said
Huh?
I said
No, don't say I said Who said that I'm unhappy? I just what is it? The Ansatsuki. I'm excited about Ansatsuki, so I said who said I'm unhappy? I'm very happy. Or maybe
Who said that I'm unhappy? I only said hey.
hey, right? Hey, when I'm very happy, I tell people hey. I just say hey. Who said I'm unhappy?
okay.
Huh?
Who said I'm unhappy? I just said Spain.
No, you said P. So it's a P. Okay, P is not so nice. But anyway, P is P. It's not unhappy, right? I'm very happy. I just said P. That's it. Then you started doubting. But I heard somebody said, I'm very unhappy, right? And then, oh, now I'm maybe hallucinating. You start to wonder. Nobody said it, but I heard it. I may be hallucinating. And then you call Tapala, and you call Tatuna, right? Tatuna, Tapala together to make sure that what I heard is correct. And you bang the box and said, how are you? And you said, hey.
I am.
Way, re, on.
Happy.
What did you hear?
I'm
Again, I heard the same thing. Then you check with Tapala. Okay, you check with Wangtula, right? What did you hear? Huh? I'm very unhappy. Okay, then you check with Kamala. Kamala, what did you hear? I'm very happy. Chimila. Okay, it's not me hallucinating. Everybody heard it, right? Again, you can't, right? You're unhappy. No, you're unhappy. No, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Who said I'm unhappy? I undeniably heard the word. I undeniably heard somebody having said, I'm very unhappy. Who said it? Nobody said it. Right? Your mind played a trick. How the mind played a trick? The mind put all these syllables together. I am very unhappy. 7 syllables. Put them together. Your mind put them into one tag. Made one set. And then you just read it. You just interpret it to say that somebody said, I am very unhappy. You're getting it? This is what your mind did. From the object, there's nothing, nobody said that I'm unhappy. Your mind put them together, and then your mind read it as, I am very unhappy. This is how the world operates. You're getting it? And they say, somebody who looked at a girl, and who says a girl. Somebody who looked at a boy, who says a boy. When you see that, it's just actually skin, right? A bunch of atoms which are known as skin, bunch of atoms which are known as the muscles, bunch of atoms which are known as the skeleton, all put together, then your mind creates an impression of a girl, creates the impression of a boy. That's it. Beside this, when you go down, there's nothing, there's a boy or girl. You getting it? So the whole world's operating on the basis of you being, the movie's operating. Is there the movie operating? You enjoy the movie? Yes, the movie is operating, but the movie is not operating from the screen. It's operating from the projector. Likewise, whole world is operating, but it's not operating from the object. It's operating from the projector of your own mind. Your mind is a projector. So therefore, everything is like a dream. The dream is coming from the mind or from the object? From the mind. Likewise, everything is coming from the mind. And this requires to know this, to realize this. If you get a glimpse of this, a tickling sensation comes to your body. A tickling sensation comes, goosebumps will come in the body. Tickling sensation will come in the body. And oftentimes when there's a fear in you, say an anxiety, unhappiness, stress, or a little bit anxiety, depressed, and then you meditate on this experience. When you get a glimpse of this, instantly your mind will be uplifted. Uplifted, that the feeling of corrosion, the heaviness will disappear instantly. This is extremely precious practice, and this can be done by anybody. It's not only that you are, if you're a Buddhist, you can do it. Buddhist, non-Buddhist, now this is the one of the what do you call it? The heat, one of the highlights of the discussion between the Buddhist philosophy and quantum physics. You're getting it? Between quantum physics and then the philosophy of emptiness. This is where the discussion is happening. There's a tremendous, incredible parallel between these two. Okay, this is what we can go to study, and it's not that you go to, you go for one retreat, like just one retreat, or let's say the 2-day talk on emptiness. This will not go anywhere. So these are like these talks, retreats, they're like the lighthouse. What's the job of lighthouse? To tell you that you are in the proper track. Okay? Lighthouse will guide you. So this will be like a guide for you to go do this track. The real track should be your consistent studies, depositing 10 rupees every day. You cannot deposit more than 10 rupees. You get it? This you must not miss. For that matter, what should we be doing? If I am to really continue with this, the most important thing, what is so accessible now, is because of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. We have the Tibet House here. And Tibet House here, world over, from the world over, we have this program, Nalanda Master's Course, Nalanda Diploma Course. Another Master's Course, it is still in halfway through, till the first batch finishes. We cannot introduce the second batch. Now the first batch, the Master's Course is meant for 4 years. It may extend to like 5 years. And then now the Diploma Course is for 1 year, a little over 1 year, 1 year. But the studies, actual studies is less than like 7 months. They're like 3 months gap, another 1 month gap. There are gaps here and there, but it will be stretched over the period of like 1 and 4 or 5 months, 1 year and 4 or 5 months. Okay, so this is deadlines today, but still, if you're interested, you can make a request to the study, Nalanda Studies Coordinator of Tibet House, and you can make a very strong request. I think it can help you. You're getting it? And if there are other people also who are interested, because sometimes what happens is we're in the middle of the course, like already halfway through, and then people come to know about it, then they make the request. It's too late, very difficult for us to accept, and then for them also, if you join, it will not really be of much benefit for them. So therefore, right now is the best timing. Okay, this is one thing. In other words, study consistently. Particularly this book, which we have given to you for free from Tibet House complimentary copies given to each one of you. Make sure that is with you. That is with you, if possible. Keep it always next to your bedroom, wherever. And then before going to bed, and you read don't read like 20, 30, 40 pages, right? Read like 1 page, half a page, or like one stanza, at least one stanza a day. And then you say initially, some of the parts may be a little complicated, but otherwise some are very easy. when it's easy, you understand something, and then you get excited. Still, even though you find it interesting, you want to read more, I would suggest you don't read more initially for the next few months. Read like maximum of 1 or 2 pages and minimum 1 stanza. You're getting it? If you can continue to do this, it's like you are depositing 10 rupees every day. You're getting it? This is very important. 1. Then number 2, what I would suggest is that from this the book there, the book from this book, for the first page, if possible, say what's first I will give you the shortest version. The shortest version. So what if I only about like 5 to 10 minutes a day? What should I do? Right? For that matter, what I would suggest is go to the Sangye Yoga solution of this month, this website. If possible. Is there somebody from Tibet House? I don't know. I need the new version. 1 copy. So no. One that you have. Is there any corrections made?
No, this is not.
It's already new. But then keep it. This is your copy. Okay. Okay, those who did not get your copy, make sure that you claim your copy after this session. Okay, let's turn to page. Okay, how many do not get a copy? Raise hands, very quick. Okay, the sitting line. If you have copies, the best thing is you bring them now. Raise hands, those who did not get a copies. Okay, raise hands, those who did not get a copy. Sidula, Union Marta, Union Marta can't hold it. Raise hands. Okay, if still there are some who okay, there are more copies down, so never mind. Or you shouldn't pay. Okay, you will get your copies in a few minutes. You'll go down to get more. Okay, so what we do is that we turn to the okay, I will turn to page. For those of you who do not get the copies, how many of you ready? Can you share with somebody else with you? Okay, those who do not get the copies, make sure that you share with somebody else. Good. Okay, the page 4. So this is the shortest version that I'm talking about. Page 4, the first stanza. If you can say this in Tibetan, say it in Tibetan. Sure. English version is go for application to the answer in Latin to Buddha Dhamma Sangha by making the text of giving sutta, maybe looking Buddha for the mental position beings. Say this 3 times. Then the next one is the Ye Dharma Mantra. Ye Dharma Mantra, where says the next page, page 6, number 2. Recite this mantra if you have time 3 times. If you have no time, 1 time. Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava, Hetum Desham Tatha Gato Hyevatat, Desham Jayo Nirodha, Evam Vadi Mahashamaneso. And this mantra along with the meaning of that mantra. Good. Then page number 7. Page number 7, the first one. English, all composite is impermanent, all contaminated is nature of suffering, all phenomena of the nature of empty selflessness, transcendent sorrows, peace. Okay, then, okay, then the next would be go to Okay, go to page 50. Page 50. Page 15. Paragraph 3. I go for refuge to religion. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in virtues of all the ways of all person with my heart. Yes? You can say this 3 times. Or if you don't have time, 1 time. And then the Heart Sutra mantra. Heart Sutra mantra. Yatha Gade Gade Para Sangade Puri Swaha. Page 31. Heart Sutra mantra. Page 31. Page 31. Heart Sutra mantra. Yatha Om Gade Gade Para Sangade Puri Swaha. Om. This Om you want to add up to you. That's optional. This you can recite like 7 times. Okay. And then the end dedication prayer. Okay. After page 53, page 52, there are 3 stanzas. If you have time, recite these 3 stanzas as a dedication. Dedication of your virtues. Page 52 and 53. There are 3 stanzas. Okay. Then if you know time, then stanza 2. If you know time, then stanza 2. You getting it? Okay. So this is the shortest version. And if you can, so this is the shortest version. This, if you ask me, it's still shorter version. I have only 1 minute a day. Sorry. Right? This is shorter version. This will take you like 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. Raise hands who do not getting copies. Copies came. Okay, raise hands. Okay, this is your private copies. Take home. This a complimentary copy from Tibet House. Okay, raise your hands, those who do not get. Okay, one here. One here. Okay, anybody who do not get a new copy for you? Good, now everybody got it? Okay, so this is the least that you can do. And then on top of that, you can include, if you want to add more, you can add the single point meditation. Right? For the single point meditation, don't do it for more than 5 minutes while you are in college, university, and so forth. When you are in your heavy duty work or the nurses and so forth, you can do like 5 minutes. Or the best would be is breathing. Breathe in, breathe out, cycle 1. 21 cycles. 21 cycles will take you little over 1 minute. 21 cycles, and don't get up from there, sitting, rest for a few seconds, 2-3 seconds, and again go back to 21 cycles. 2 times is good enough. 2 times in the morning, and you want to do evening also, very good. 2 times in the morning is good enough. And you want to, if you're so excited to do more, do 3. Don't do it for like half an hour and so forth. Initially, you getting it? And later on, that is high quality for a sustained period of time. Just high quality for 1 time, 2 times is not enough. High quality, consistently, high quality is happening. Then you can extend it to like the 5 minutes. 5 minutes in stretch. 5 minutes, and you want to do more, you have time. 5 minutes, keep the sharp, 5-6 seconds gap. And again another 5 minutes. Don't do more for the time being. 5 minutes into 2 in the morning, or 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. That's good enough. And otherwise, for beginners, like 21 cycles, which is a little over 1 minute, 21 cycles into 3 times or 2 times in the morning, good enough. You want more, evening. That's it. You getting it? You got to do. Then on the so what I've suggested is that this is, if you go to any standard teacher, from Sakya, Kakyu, Nyingma, Gilo, from any standard, you go to any standard teacher, you say that these are what the things that I'm doing, and I cannot do more than that. You have to say this. You getting it? If you say that, oh, these are things that I'm doing, they will say, very good, it's so good, you can do this more, you can do this more, then it will become like 1 hour, 2 hours, and then it becomes 1 hour, you will do for the next 2, 3 days, and then you cannot manage. But you cannot manage, you quit everything. And it goes back to 0, square one. You get no point. So, if you are not in a position to do more than this, what I suggested, and when you meet your teacher, you might have your uncles who are, the great teachers, or your parents' friends, great teachers there, and you tell them very honestly that, this is what I'm asked to do from PANORAMA, right? And this is what I'm doing, and then at the moment I cannot do more than this, right? It's just 6 minutes, but I cannot do more than this. I would tell very honestly. Don't pretend as well like, yeah, I went to PANORAMA, it's really helpful. Then one doing this, oh, that's so good, wonderful. And then there's another prayer, Aratara prayer. You can add Aratara. You can add this mantra. You can add this mantra. Oh, this mantra is just 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. It becomes like 2 hours. And then too much. Then initially you do it. Then afterwards, after 1 week, you will say that it's too much. Now I cannot do it. Okay, I'll do tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes. You're getting it? Okay, so therefore, keep it very short. Don't be too ambitious. Keep it very short, right? And then, if you think you can do more, then you can accept. You can accept, if possible, to add those things on the basis of the advice of a very learned teacher, not just any teacher. You get it? Very learned teachers. This is the qualification that I be giving. Very learned teachers. Okay, you want to add more? Add. And then later on, it's too much. I cannot do it. Don't go to 0. Go to same 6 minutes. You're getting it? If it becomes like maybe bulky, like 2 hours, 1 hour, and you cannot manage it, what do? Quit 0. What do? Go back to 6 minutes. 5 minutes and 6 minutes. Go back to this. Go back to 0. You're getting it? Okay. So this is what we should do. And then finally the point is that finally what we learned from PANORAMA, this question. For that matter, let us not forget the 5 points. Samsara, voluntary karmas, affliction, inner attention, self-grasping. Let us not forget this. You're getting it? And then there's samsara, suffering. Nobody wants it. That I don't have to tell you. Don't go for suffering. Nobody wants suffering. Contaminated karmas, be watchful of things. These are things take away. Contaminated karmas, particularly let us keep track of the 10 non-virtuous karmas. We have to know what the 10 non-virtuous karmas and try our best to stay away from the 10 non-virtuous karmas to the best we can. You're getting it? This is so practically speaking. What are the 10 non-virtuous karmas? 3 physical, 4 verbal, and 3 mental. What are the 3 physical? Stealing, killing, sexual misconduct. You're getting it? Killing, stealing, sexual misconduct. The 3 things, stay away. And 4 verbal. What are they? Lying, slandering, harsh speech, and idle gossip. What are they? Lying, telling lies. Slandering, creating divisions between the friends, creating divisions between the people, right? Splitting the people. Extremely negative karma. Slandering and the harsh words. Using harsh words, your mother says, oh, you came now you're on holiday, you have to have some tea. What tea? Right? Tea. So there's unnecessary showing the using harsh words towards your mother, towards your father, towards your youngsters, towards your younger siblings. This is a very strong negative karma. Stay away from them. If the mother says, "Oh, my daughter, you like a cup of tea. My son, you like a cup of tea." Prove yourself that you are a part of PANORAMA. You are a part of PANORAMA. How do you prove? So, mom, no, mom, please rest. I'll serve you tea. What do you like to have? A tea, a juice, water. What do you like to have? I'll serve you. The mother will be shocked. Amazing, wow. It's amazing, wow. Right? So far, this was never what I heard from this boy, from this girl before. I told you a meal or something. What did you do? Right? Oh, I went to PANORAMA. Right? No, this is how they feel so happy. So this is how you bring a change, right? So we learn all the sophisticated things, dependent origination, dreamlike, and so forth. But these things are required. But start from what we can. You're getting it? Charity begins at home. You're getting it? This is how we have to begin. Make your mother happier. Make your father happier. Don't let them work for you. Right? Sometimes, okay, till your mother tells you you wash your own plate, till your mother tells you keep it granted that is there, somebody will do it. Who's that? Your mother or your father. This is where we are going wrong. You getting it? So say you finish your meal, then don't expect your mother and father to pick that up. Your mother picks it up, says, no, mom, I'll do it. And you wash the dishes of your mother or father. If you do that, it's amazing. This is your Dharma practice. You're getting it? So this will take you deeper and deeper into emptiness concept. Okay, so no harsh words. Then no idle gossip. No idle gossip. Okay, we say the one person say no, there's no idle gossip. 2-3 people come together. They initially become, we'll have a PANORAMA group, WhatsApp group. PANORAMA WhatsApp group, and then particularly, okay, it's very interesting. We'll make sure that it's sustained, right? We meet once in a month, once in a week. We meet together. Initially, just how everything's like a dream. Then slowly it becomes Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan. So then idle gossip. Stay away from idle gossip. Okay. Then the 3 mental malice, covetousness. Okay, malice is the involuntary push, anger. Malice is the mental factor which intends to harm others. Malice, ill will, malice. This is so bad. Anger can arise once in a while. Anger can arise. You become a little agitated, but malice should not be there. Anger is not permissible, but malice is worst form of anger. Then covetousness. Covetousness is the desire for the possession of others, desire for the belongings of others. So attachment, for example, if there's a shop, if there's a beautiful, say the mug, the flower, mobile, laptop, whatever the shop, oh, this is good, I like to have it. This is not covetousness. For example, Pinzola has a beautiful, laptop, right? Oh, I like to, this is so nice. Pinzola's possession, somebody possessed by somebody, right? For his own use, not for sale, but for his personal use. So these things, then the covetousness, the desire for somebody else's possession, it's very dangerous because this can create all the conflicts and fights. In the history of humanity, all these wars in the past, kingdoms, they fight over the land. I want to possess somebody else's land, and then so many fights happening because of the relationships. Right? Jealousy, all this happened because of the covetousness. It's very destructive. Then the wrong view. Wrong view is disbelieving in the law of karma. Disbelieving in the law of karma. Well, it says, who cares if I steal something? Who cares? As long as the police does not arrest me, or the police doesn't see me, who cares? If this is the attitude, this is a total wrong view, and this is very dangerous. Okay, so practically we have to take away suffering, karmas, afflictions, inappropriate attention, and self-grasping ignorance. So the contaminant karmas, particularly the negative karmas, these 10 non-virtuous actions, we have to stay away from. Then what is next? Afflictions, anger and attachment. One thing that we can think of course, there are many things, like what we said there, all composite things are impermanent, all contaminant things are suffering nature. All these things will help us to tone down our attachment and anger. Meanwhile, one thing that we can keep in mind is that anger and attachment, these are my weaknesses. Don't see them as your strength. We all have attachment, anger, and so forth, but don't see them as our strengths. See them as when you are angry, right? Someone says, "What a stupid thing that why did you not come for the nightclub? Why did you go to PANORAMA? What is PANORAMA, right? How dare you say like this? You become so agitated." This is a sign of a weakness. If you're really from PANORAMA, keep cool, right? Keep cool, calm, and then explain. Okay, this is the point is that when afflictions arise, don't see the afflictions as your strength. Finally, our job is, oh no, afflictions are so bad. No, we are samsari beings. Samsari being means we have afflictions. But the worst thing is when you don't see the afflictions as your weakness. When you see them as strength, then you say when you become angry, hey, now what happened to your PANORAMA? What PANORAMA? Right? Then when you become angry, what PANORAMA? Right? Okay, when this happens, then the point is that you are actually the weakest person. Who is strong? The person who realizes, oh yeah, there's a PANORAMA. I remember that, yeah, I should not be behaving like this. Now look, my weakness is coming out. This is your strength. Seeing the afflictions as weakness is your strength. Seeing the afflictions as strength is your weakness. You're getting it? Whenever you are angry, keep in mind that, okay, this is my weakness. This is how the dogs behave. Right? I'm from PANORAMA, I'm not a dog. Right? But the dogs cannot take part in PANORAMA. You get it? Dogs, how do they behave? When you chase the dog, what will the dog do? Dog run away. When the dog is cornered, there's no place to run away. You continue to show the stick, what will the dog do? It will attack you. Why the dog is attacking you? Because the dog sees that now I am vulnerable. If I don't attack him, if I don't attack her, then he's going to beat me up. Right? So I attack. Because I have no place to run away. So this is when the dog feels the vulnerability, then the dog attacks. So anger is a blind attack. Blind attack out of your weakness. You don't know any other approach to tackle the situation. You don't know any other approach. So you go for the shortest shortcut. That is the anger. This is just sign of your weakness. But this is how to tackle the afflictions. Inappropriate attention. Inappropriate attention. Always see things in relative terms. You're getting it. Oh, he's getting 70,000 rupees per month, right? She's getting 1 lakh rupees per month. I'm just getting 15,000, right? So there, if this is the situation, then you feel so depressed. How to come out? If possible, try to do 4 jobs where you can get more. If not, if this is only choice, look at the people who are getting only 5,000 per month. You see that, oh, I'm much better than that person. Your mind will be uplifted. Then you will calm. Then inappropriate attention will not happen. You're getting it? And then finally, how to get rid of the self-grasping. For that, you have to study the emptiness. Right? One option is to visit the Narendra Master's course, the Diploma course is a great opportunity for you to go into this. So finally, all your problems will stop only when the dream stops. How to make the dream stops? By experiencing emptiness. So you're getting it? Okay, these are things that we have to keep in mind. Okay. So welcome. Came to the Mandala. and then the Achi Sonomale, yeah, and the Tapale, and then the Tajula, and then here Puzole, and the Lotus you and and then you will this committee. No, okay. Okay, so and then who else in the committee? Someone on the list? No? Okay. Okay. Okay, yes, Namaleshi. Where's he? Bangalore. Okay. So where? Nizala. Where? Where's Nizala? Okay. Actually, okay, okay, okay. Okay, so I'm very happy. The Dharma, so the point is why the we have, it's very auspicious also that we have the Achisonomamani here, the founding member of the Dharma. The younger ones, we need role models. We need role models in your life. And for example, Achisonomamani, she is extremely bright and also extremely kind. I know her so well. So therefore, the younger ones, you can seek advice from her, see her as your role model. There are many, for example, Tashile, he's a brilliant person, incredibly great, with a great vision, the mission, the competency, and so forth. And then we have Tapale for all these many years, and Rosamana also, right? I don't know if the younger ones are coming, the Zola, Lochola, and the Nizala, and the Chusula, and all, so in other words, what I'm saying is that the younger ones, you can also take part in Flower Dharma and also be a part, not just take part in activities, but also be a part of Flower Dharma, and then be very realistic. Don't compromise your studies. Your studies is priority. Meanwhile, if you can contribute to Flower Dharma, that will be incredibly a great asset for you, because the point is that finally, for your further studies, and for your further opportunities, people will check your CV. What is CV? Resume, curriculum vitae. They will check your CV. Okay, I did my BA. That's it. CV finished. I did my BSc. I did my BTech, BCom, and finish it. Just 2 lines. No, make the CV rich. You're getting it? People give the priority to those people who have rich CV. Not that I went to go. This is not the CV. CV is that I'm a part of Flower Dharma. That I am the treasurer. I'm the secretary. I'm this. I'm that. I'm a public relation officer of Flower Dharma. Like this, make your CV rich. You're getting it? In other words, why they pick up those people is because those people who take part, who take initiative, who are being proactive, who take initiative for the good of the masses. These people can bring change to the world. You're getting it? So therefore, don't underestimate yourself. No, I cannot do these things. No, you can also be a part of Flower Dharma. Not necessarily that you should take the big positions if you think you cannot do that. Never mind. Be a part of. And tell very honestly, if you can spend like say 5 hours in a month, tell the Flower Dharma that I can dedicate 5 hours a month, right? 10 hours a month, or say 10 minutes every day, and whatever is possibility, you can just make it very clear to Tashila, and then they will be very happy. You're getting it? So the point is that younger ones, be more active in take these people as your role models. For example, here we have a very senior Muhammad who was really there as a pioneering member of the Flower Dharma, really worked so hard. I still remember how they worked so hard, when now Falun Dafa is very well established for the last 11 years, but during the inception, there was nothing really there, literally nothing there, right? No Ragu house, nothing. Nothing was there. So at that point, they really struggled so much. You're getting it? Okay. So be actively be a part of it. And it's not necessary that once you're part of the Falun Dharma, you should throughout your life you have to do it. Not necessary. So you can be a part of Falun Dharma for 1 year, be there for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever capacity you can be of. And the part-time, as I said, 5 hours a month or 4 hours a month, even that is also possible. So whatever you feel the possibilities, you can just propose this to the Falun Dharma office, and then they will, they're very kind. They're very kind. They will adjust you accordingly. Okay, and then meanwhile, keep growing. Keep growing in the virtues. How do you know that you are growing? See that your parents are more happy with you. Their face now is having more glow. To see you, there's a glow coming, more relaxation coming. Right? The moment the daughter steps in, the mother becomes more stiff. The moment the son steps in, comes into the house, the mother becomes a little stiff. The father becomes a little stiff, a little unhappy, which means that you are not doing good. If this can be changed, if this can be changed, right? Say, stop. The first thing that you do is stop the harsh words. Stop the harsh words. That will make the house glow with joy. Your parents will be more happy. This will be the beginning of the new era of joy for your family. You're getting it? And then the next step is where otherwise the mother does the job for you, work for you, where otherwise your father is doing for you, you do it for them. Change. Shift. You're getting it? Okay, if this much you can do, you will see the joy coming in your parents. And this, the Buddha said, that this is the greatest of the virtues. The virtue that you do towards your parents, the same small act to make your parents happy, the same small act will make you happy. If you want to accumulate the same amount of virtue that you accumulate, because of this act related to other people, you have to do the same thing 1,000,000 times. If you don't do that 1,000,000 times, you will not accumulate that amount of virtue that you've accumulated, merit that you've accumulated by doing the same thing to your parents. Whereas likewise, the negativity also, same thing. The negativity that you do to an unknown person, a small negativity, the same amount you do to your parents, the negative karma that you accumulate is going to multiply 1,000,000 times. It's very dangerous. So therefore, make sure that you with your parents, you do only virtues, make them only happy, don't make them sad. You getting it? Okay. And whereas sometimes the parents, it's not that the parents like divine bodhisattvas or Buddhas, they can also make mistakes. When they make mistakes, you no need to shout. No need to shout. When they make mistakes, explain. For example, now you went to PANORAMA, now you start spending more time in the meditation, reading books and so forth. There's all these houseworks are there, right? And then now you're not going to the public socializing, not going to the other boys and girls. When that is happening, this is not too healthy advice from the parents. You're getting it? Which means that you are more mature than the parents. Sometimes the child can be more mature, but this should not be the reason for you to shout at your parents. Still, you can be very kind. And by explaining all, by giving all the explanation, still your parents are not happy, convinced, which means that your parents' thinking is not that advanced. In which case, one possibility would be to approach some very standard teachers who your parents consider, who your parents respect them. And then let them explain to your parents. If that doesn't work, then just ignore and just keep it very natural. Don't react, just ignore. You're getting it? Okay, that is, this is not too often. Most often, the parents give you good direction and the children, they are not ready to go towards that direction. This is the more likelihood. In which case, we should be very happy. The final benchmark is, PANORAMA 3 takeaway is, make your parents smile. You're getting it? Make yourself happy and make your parents happy. Okay, Good, thank you.
Hello everyone. As we are all aware that today is our last session of Panorama Series 3, 1-month certificate course on Buddhist psychology, philosophy and science. So we have small closing ceremony and certificate distribution to our participants. So starting with first, I would like to thank each one of you participants for engaging in this course very actively and with tremendous amount of interest. Very thankful for that. And as how Gishla said that, thank you so much for being consistent till today. Right. And also, thank you very much. And this time, Gishla, that during our group discussion, they were very active. And then each one of them was taking really good interest, and then especially some of them were having such a good questions to Gilla also. It was really encouraging and really inspiring from all of you to see this kind of interest. Thank you very much. And I hope that in future also we stay connected to grow our wisdom, compassion more towards fulfilling our two main agendas that we have covered in this 1 month to attain our full maximum happiness and free from all suffering. And today Krishna said that he will give only a small gist or nuggets of wisdom to us today, right? So that means we have to cover a lot. We have to stay connect more. So I hope that we connect more till we get this to goal finally. Thank you so much for that. So now with this